Hey everyone, welcome back. Today, we're taking a closer look at courtroom testimony surrounding a tragic case involving a young law student, her roommates, and the events leading up to her death, focusing on what was known, what was observed, and what the witnesses revealed under oath.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
Can I have you raise your right hand, please? Do you swear or affirm that your testimony in the matter pending before the court shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
And if you could just be sure to speak into that microphone so that we can hear you. If I can't hear you, I'm afraid the jurors might not be able to.
Okay.
Ma'am, if you could start out by stating and spelling your name for the record.
Valerie Langlow, ValeryLanglowe.
And, ma'am, what do you do for a living?
I'm a district administrator in a school district.
I want to take you back to August of 2000. What were you doing at that time?
I was student teaching at Oconee County High School.
Were you in college?
I was.
Where were you in college?
University of Georgia.
Beginning that August of 2000, did you move into a new residence?
We did, yes.
And what was that residence?
We lived in Deer Park on Fulham Drive.
Who were your roommates there?
Tara Baker and Ashley Peavy.
How did you come to know Tara?
I had met Tara probably sometime the year before. Ashley and I lived together the year before, and so I met Tara through Ashley.
And can you describe, I guess, what it was like to get to know Tara as a roommate, as opposed to a friend or an acquaintance?
We all got along very well, and I mean, we were all very busy, either in grad school or finishing up college at the time, and we were just all busy. So we all got along fine, and everybody kind of did their own schedules.
Okay. And if I didn't clarify this earlier, in that fall semester 2000, did you graduate that December?
I did graduate in December.
And then did you start a graduate program in January?
I did. I had started my master's degree.
Valerie Langlow is sworn in and explains that in August 2000, while student teaching at Oconee County High School and attending the University of Georgia, she moved into a home on Farm Drive with Tara Baker and Ashley Peavy. She describes their household as calm and busy with school, with everyone keeping their own routine.
If you could please, ma'am, describe what you observed about Tara as it relates to the fall semester.
My schedule was different in the fall because I got up early to go for student teaching. So I was gone a lot. I know she had started law school, and so her schedule, she was busy. So we really, we were home in the evenings together, but we again, everybody had their schedule, and we were extremely busy, all of us, that particular semester especially.
During the fall, would Tara occasionally spend the night at her boyfriend's house?
Yes.
And by boyfriend, do you mean Chris Melton?
Yes.
Would there be times when Chris would spend the night over at Fawn Drive?
I don't recall.
As you transitioned from the fall semester into the spring, or I say spring, but January semester, did you notice a kind of a change in Tara's approach to law school?
She had made comments that,
And I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt. I don't want you to testify to anything that she may have said, but just did you get an overall impression as to her approach to law school?
Yes. She'd started another semester. I was starting grad school, so I think a lot of our patterns had changed just because it was a new semester.
Okay. And what change was that, if you can recall?
Probably at home more. I know I was at home more.
What about Tara?
Same. Mm-hmm.
So on Thursday the 18th, do you recall what your schedule was like that day?
I had class. When I started my grad program, a lot of my classes were in the evenings. So I would have been home, and I think I left sometime before maybe 4 o'clock or around 4 o'clock. I can't remember the exact time. And I had class that evening till probably 7:15 or 7:30, I believe.
And what did you do after class?
I was going home for the weekend, so I immediately started heading in that direction when I left.
So you didn't go back to Fawn Drive?
I did not.
Did you see Tara that day at all?
I don't remember. I don't. I think that she probably got home the time I was leaving. I don't remember.
Ma'am, what, if anything, do you remember about the weather that evening as you were leaving town?
It was very rainy. I do remember that. Just driving in the rain and it being dark, but I just remember that it was raining.
I want to talk about kind of the relationship between the three of you in that house. How did the three of you get along as roommates?
We got along great. Ashley and I had lived together the year before, and it was no different when Tara moved in. I mean, we all got along great. There was no girl drama or anything like that sometimes can come along with roommates.
Were you careful to look out for one another?
Yeah, we were all safety conscious about things being locked and that kind of thing. I've always been that way.
Did all of you have boyfriends at the time?
Yes.
Did anybody give an apartment key or a house key to their boyfriend?
I have no knowledge of that.
Why would that have been?
I don't think that they would have ever been at the house. There would be a time.
Any response to the objection?
I'll rephrase the question.
All right, I'll sustain it. Let you rephrase if you choose to.
Valerie explained that during the fall, everyone had busy schedules. Tara in law school, Valerie student teaching, and they were rarely home together. Tara sometimes stayed at her boyfriend's place, but he did not have a key to the house. On the day in question, Valerie left in the late afternoon for class and drove out of town in heavy rain. She described their household as close, calm, and safety conscious.
Based on the relationship that the three of you had, you, Ashley, and Tara, would you have given a key to your boyfriend at the time?
No.
Why not?
There would have been no reason for him to have been at the house if I would not have been there.
Based on your impression of the relationship, again, that you shared with Ashley and Tara, was that consistent throughout the house?
I would assume yes.
Ma'am, I've been told that, well, let me rephrase. Were you the one that would keep the house clean?
Yes.
Okay. Can you describe that a little bit?
I was just the clean one of the group. There's always one, I guess, when you live with roommates. And so I was the one who would clean and tidy up the house, and just that was something that I enjoyed and still enjoy doing.
Do you remember, or if you recall, in the days after Tara's death, do you recall hearing about certain parts of the house being wiped down or anything like that?
I do remember hearing that.
What if anything, do you recall about that?
I think at the time it was more about, fingerprints, or they were, doing whatever you do after something like this happened, and the house was clean and things were, wiped.
Do you recall what areas of the house they were referring to?
I remember they asked, certain patterns of cleaning, if, I would have cleaned this or cleaned that, that kind of thing. But it was, maybe doorknobs or around the doors or windows, that kind of thing.
And is that something that you would have cleaned?
Not typically. I mean, I kept things dusted and vacuumed and just your normal thing, but I didn't deep clean the house all the time.
Dr. Lowe, we'll talk a little bit about your observations of Tara's relationship with Mr. Melton. Is that something that she would have confided to you about?
No, we didn't have that kind of relationship that I was private, and I would have never, we didn't talk about that kind of thing.
Did you ever personally observe any arguments between Tara and Chris?
I did not.
Did you ever hear Tara arguing on the phone with him?
I did not.
Bear with me just a second. Dr. Lowe, those are all the questions I have. Mr. Cruz may have some questions for you. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Cross-examination.
Dr. Lowe, first and foremost, I want to let you know I am sorry for your loss, tremendously sorry for your loss. I thank you for your courage in coming to testify in court to help the jurors find the truth in this case. My first question for you, are you nervous?
I think anybody would in this situation.
I tell you don't be. I have some very softball questions for you, if that's okay. Okay. There was a statement that you made to law enforcement that I wanted to ask you about. Do you recall stating it was almost like somebody knew that we weren't going to be home?
If you'll show me the transcript, I can.
I don't have a transcript, but I can play the recording for you. Is that fair?
Sure.
Okay. Your Honor, would the recording refresh your recollection?
Sure.
Your Honor, I like to play the recording outside the presence of the jury.
All right.
Valerie confirmed that none of the roommates would have given a key to a boyfriend and described herself as the one who kept the house tidy. She recalled hearing that some areas were wiped down after Tara's death, likely for evidence, and stated she never saw or heard arguments between Tara and Chris Melton. During cross-examination, she agreed to review a prior law enforcement statement outside the jury's presence. Thanks for watching. If you found this breakdown insightful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below.